Hargan? We'll find out in a moment. Let's go to the ball game.
Colonel March of Scotland Yard and the International Detective are the super sleuths. Colonel March of Scotland Yard uses brains, not brawn, in his crime solving. And the International Detective Ken Franklin is involved in crime solving at the highest echelon. Watch the super sleuths, Colonel March and International Detective, weeknights at 10:30 here on 44.
See the winners, see the new Super Slam lottery drawing here on Channel 44, Friday, June 20th, 7 p.m. Remember to tune in Friday, June 20th, 7 p.m. live from Channel 44, the new Super Slam lottery. It's a winner.
This is the White Sox Network sports station, WSNS, Channel 44, Chicago.
Hey, baseball fans, it's time for the On Deck Show, brought to you in part by Wheeler AMC Jeep on 211th Street at Western in Olympia Fields. When you really need a car, visit Wheeler. Now the On Deck Show with Harry Carey and J.C. Martin, previewing tonight's White Sox action.
Hello again, everybody. This is Harry Carey from Arlington Stadium, where the White Sox open a 3-game series before returning home to open a 2-week homestand against the Minnesota Twins Friday night at Sox Park. It'll be a different ball club in some respects. Our guest on the pregame show is General Manager Roland Heeman of the White Sox. Roland, you must have spent a hectic Sunday night.
It was an exciting Sunday night. The trading deadline was taking place at that time. As a matter of fact, I was on a telephone in New York at Kennedy Airport trying to get back to Frank Cashin to close the deal that was sending Tony Musa to the Baltimore Orioles for right-hand pitcher Jesse Jefferson. And lo and behold, Frank Cashin's line was out of order. And it wasn't repaired until we got to Texas. So Tony, who did not know at the time that we were contemplating this trip, took the long trip to Texas and then reported to the Baltimore club in Cleveland the following day.
Roland, is it fair to ask the question, are these the deals that you were originally trying to make, or are these deals that you settled for?
No, well, as it comes about down the waning days of the trading deadline, you've talked to every club, you've talked hours to various clubs, and some of them repeatedly for days, and you don't necessarily make just the particular deals that you thought you might make a week before, and then you get down to the trading deadline. But we're pleased with the deals we were able to make. Jesse Jefferson is a right-hand pitcher we have scouted very carefully for the last 3 or 4 years, or even as a free agent. And he's a hard thrower, and we felt that we could give up Tony Musa because we have Carlos May who can go back to first base. We have Darren Johnson. We have 2 very promising first basemen in the minor leagues, and Lamar Johnson at Denver and Mike Squires at Knoxville. The other deal, whereby we traded Stan Bonson to the Oakland A's and sent Skip Pitlock from our AAA club to the AAA affiliate of the A's in Tucson. In return, we acquired left-hand pitcher Dave Hamilton, who can start and relieve, and also a very promising 20-year-old third baseman in the person of Chester Lemon.
It looks like in Bonson and Hamilton, maybe you just changed faces. You added another pitching arm with potential in Jefferson. And I suppose the big man in the transactions that you made has to be this kid that you sent to Denver, this third baseman that a lot of baseball men have pointed the finger to as being a star of tomorrow.
Well, the deal would not have been made without Chester Lemon in the trade, and Charlie Finley has known that. We've talked trades with Charlie for the last 5 or 6 weeks, and he would kid me and say, well, no, you can't get orange. And I said, okay, we don't want orange, we want lemon. And we ended up with him. We're happy. And I can see Charlie's point. He's trying to win another World Championship. Bonson has been pitching fine ball of late for us, and I look for him to win with the Oakland A's. But we felt we could sacrifice Bonson in getting Hamilton back in return and having Lemon for the future.
We're talking with Roland Heeman, the general manager of the Chicago White Sox. Be back for more discussion following this message.
Keeping your body active this summer will be no problem, but what about your mind? Maybe you're ready for something different. This summer, TV College presents a course in the humanities over Channel 44. It is open to all Chicago residents for a nominal charge. No need to attend a campus. Do all your work at home. View the lessons on your own TV. Take advantage of this opportunity to enrich your life. Take Humanities 201 on TV College. For further details, call 269-8180.
Harry Carey back at Arlington Stadium, where our White Sox open a 3-game series here tonight. We're talking with Roland Heeman, the general manager of the White Sox. Roland, we're talking about Charlie Finley. I have the feeling from some of these deals that Charlie is making, especially giving up a boy like Lemon with Bando beginning. Even Charlie says that, excuse me, no longer covers the ground he used to, that he would give up a promising ball player like that. And I kind of believe now, and I know that Charlie always listens and watches our shows, I have the feeling that maybe this is the last hurrah for Charlie, and that he wants so desperately to win that 4th consecutive championship, and that after that I think he'll get out.
Well, I know he's very proud of the 3 consecutive World Championships, and I know he wants the 4th one, which would be one of the great achievements in the annals of baseball. In making the trade to us and giving up Chester Lemon, I know he didn't want to part with that youngster, and I don't blame him. On the other hand, he wants that 4th championship, and it's worth the price of a prospect if you can accomplish winning a World Championship. And we would do the same thing at any given time that we felt it would cinch, or in our hearts feel it cinches a championship. However, in Charlie's case, I had a lot of fun with him the last few weeks because he called just about almost every day, and he would call on mornings in which Bonson would schedule a pitch. And he had shown interest in him about 4 weeks ago. And I'd say, Charlie, keep calling, because every time you call, the price goes up, and Stan pitches a good ball game. And that's what happened. He just kept pitching good ball, and the price kept going up. And that's why he finally conceded and gave up Chester Lemon.
Are there some deals that you're surprised were not made by various clubs? And are there some deals that you are surprised were made?
Well, actually, there weren't many deals made, and that's usually the case. And I know there were many skeptics as to whether we would make any. And I wasn't sure on the morning of June 15th that we would make any. I remember seeing you in the press room in New York, and I said, it doesn't look like anything's going to happen. And all of a sudden, it does transpire. So then it takes the courage, your convictions at a given time to say yes or no, and we were prepared to say yes. The other clubs feel it did well, and I hope Tony Muser and Stan Bonson and Skip Bitlock go on to do very well. They're fine young men. They gave us good service, and that's what helps to make more deals if they go on to do well where they go, and we do well in return.
Roland, I guess there's no question about it. There comes a time where psychologically it's almost necessary to change a few players around, isn't it?
Well, in any profession or any occupation, it's good for people to make changes in life, change the scenery. It gives you, revitalizes you, rejuvenation, new goals to conquer, and I think that holds true with ball players. And that's why you see a ball player change uniform and do real well for 2 or 3 years with another club by the impact of having been traded. And I think that's healthy, and I think players should accept it as such, because sometimes it's the biggest break of their careers to be traded.
You know, Roland, I always thought that you were a very nice guy, and I just read a little account in the paper here with the dateline of Chicago, and boy, I didn't realize that you're such a mean man. Now, how could you expect Richie Allen to play regularly after you people were out of the race last September?
No, Harry, you're too much. Well, I did tell Dick one day, he says, when does the schedule end? And I said, well, it's been printed all year. It ends on October 2nd. But this year it ends September 28th, and I know we'll be fighting till the final ball game. Last year, when Dick chose to retire on September 14th, we had realized that it would seem an impossibility to catch Oakland, but we wanted to catch the Texas Rangers and finish second. And I know in Dick's heart, his goals were set to win a championship, and he was deeply disappointed, and I can understand his disappointment.
In other words, Phillies, I know you're in Chicago and you're probably watching. You better stay in contention, or Mr. Allen may not be there in September. Roland, thank you so much for appearing with us. I know our fans enjoyed having you discuss the mechanics of the deals that were made, and let's hope they work out very, very well for the Chicago White Sox, because I tell you, one thing about having Carlos May playing first base now, gets Niles Nyman, who's been hurt, back with an opportunity in the outfield. You got Coluccio, who's playing there against a left-hander tonight. Automatically, that helps you speed in the outfield.
Yeah, it does open it up for those youngsters to play, and we like that part of it. And that's one of the reasons of the deal also, to give the opportunity for Nyman and Coluccio to get more playing time.
Roland, many, many thanks.
Thank you, Harry.
Okay. Roland Heeman, the general manager of the Chicago White Sox, has been our guest. Jim Cott will go for the White Sox tonight, and there'll be another left-hander, much younger, Jim Umbarger, pitching for the Texas Rangers. Now, this is Harry Carey. J.C. Martin will be coming along with the starting lineups. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. So long, everybody.
Good service. It's a touchy subject for a lot of car owners because many times problems aren't solved because of guesswork. At Wheeler AMC, they don't guess. They use only the latest electronic diagnostic equipment because they know that you, your car, and your pocketbook can't afford those costly guessing games. Wheeler AMC, they do a lot more than just sell cars.
When you really need a car, yeah, when you really need a car.
Wheeler AMC Jeep Olympia Fields.
Z-Bart introduces the new-looking 1963 Dodge Dart. We rust-proofed it way back then. The original owner didn't buy what the car dealer called rust-proofing. He came straight to Z-Bart for the original patented rust-proofing process. You get this kind of rust protection only at Z-Bart. So skip your car dealer's offer and come to Z-Bart for real rust-proofing. It's us or rust.
Here's something you should know. Z-Bart rust proofing includes both inner coating and undercoating.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Arlington Stadium here in Texas. It's a hot, windy night in Texas, and I mean really windy. The wind's blowing in somewhere between 25 and 35 miles an hour. And if you hit one to center field or right field, you really got to hit it a ton, Harry.
And not only is it really windy, but it's really hot. You might re-emphasize that, too.
Well, this is the way the lineups look for tonight's ball game. First for Chuck Tanner and the Chicago White Sox. Leading off and playing right field, Bob Coluccio. Hitting second and the shortstop, Bucky Dent. In the third position, playing left field, Carlos May. In the cleanup position, playing first base, Darren Johnson. Hitting fifth, the center fielder, Ken Henderson. In the sixth position, third baseman, Bill Melton. Hitting seventh, the designated hitter, Buddy Bradford. In the eighth position, second baseman, George Orta. And the ninth hitter, doing the catching, Brian Downing. On the mound for the Chicago White Sox, a left-hander with a record of 9-3, Jim Cott. Now for Billy Martin and the Arlington Rangers. Hitting first, the designated hitter, Cesar Tovar. In the second position, second baseman, Toby Hara. Hitting third, the right fielder, Jeff Burrows. In the fourth position, first baseman, Jim Fregosi. Hitting fifth, the left fielder, Tom Grieve. Hitting sixth, the center fielder, Lenny Randall. Hitting seventh, the third baseman, Leo Cardenas. The eighth hitter, shortstop, Roy Smalley. Hitting ninth, the catcher, Jim Sundberg. And on the mound, a left-hander also, with a record of 2-1, Jim Umbarger. I'll be back in a moment with a comment about today's pitchers, but first, this timeout.
When your car's too old to take the strain, when it's full of holes and seeping rain, grown too small for the family load, runs just like a scalded toad.
Why are so many folks buying their new cars at Wheeler AMC Jeep? Could be their buyer protection plan, the lower prices, or the better deals.
Like this new model CJ75 Jeep featuring rugged four-wheel drive. The Go-Anywhere Jeep with free soft top, priced at only $38.99. Yes, just $3,899, complete with a free soft top. Always a big selection of new Jeeps in stock.
When you really need a car, yeah, when you really need a car.
Wheeler AMC Jeep, 211th Street, Western Avenue, Olympia Fields. When you really need a car.
Jim Cott on the left of your screen will be trying to break a losing streak. The White Sox have lost 6 in a row to the Texas Rangers, and he's out to win his 10th game. He's 4-7 lifetime against the Rangers. Jim Umbarger on the right of your screen, a left-hander, made his first start against Cleveland and beat him. His record is 2-1. A good-looking prospect, good-looking pitcher. Tonight should be an exciting ball game. Stay tuned, and we'll have the start of today's game right after this message.
Guests on this broadcast receive a gift from PhoneMate. With PhoneMate's automatic answerer, you'll never miss a phone call, and the remote call pickup lets you call in from anywhere to hear your messages. Enjoy PhoneMate with remote call pickup now and save $30 at fine stores everywhere.
You've been on deck with Harry Carey and J.C. Martin, brought to you in part by Wheeler AMC Jeep on 211th Street at Western in Olympia Fields. When you really need a car, visit Wheeler. Stay tuned for exciting White Sox baseball action next.
your television sports station, WSNS Chicago.
Sport Mart save world's largest selection of name brand nylon, Dacron, and down sleeping bags at huge savings every day. 2 locations, Lombard and Niles. For sports, it's Sport Mart.
I ask myself, Red, which ballpark Frank pumps more, the beef or original? Any fool can tell you it's the beef. Fool, who's a fool, fool? It's just my luck to ask a fool. The original plumps more. Don't tell me the beef plumps more. It's the original, because I'm the original dummy. You're the original dummy, all right, and it's the beef.
Hey, fellas, we just want to know which plumps more.
Listen, one dummy around here's enough. Right, dummy?
High grades ballpark Franks. They plump when you cook them.